the Radiant except for one. I think we're gonna have to give it to TNC for the cosmetics game.
What about this like golden thing?
Well, I saw that one first, but then the rest of them were so mundane that I don't know if one courier can outweigh the combination of the remaining four, though I will say I am a sucker for Cluckles. Big Cluckles fan.
All right, fair enough.
It's a quality courier.
Well, to start things out here, we got March, Tims, and KP up top right now. Of course, the favorite tri-lane hero of the Timbersaw. As, they will now move away, so they leave some vision here to KP, try and help his game plan. When the patch first dropped and we had this new map, this ward was super popular up here, the one they planted here. It's kind of gone away a little bit, though. You don't really see it that often anymore, so maybe that'll help it survive on the cliff. It's a bit dangerous, though, as you can see, because they're also going to block the small camp. So it means that if NIGMA come over here to deward the small camp, they might also get a sentry onto that high ground peak there, but they don't have any abilities that'll let them see up there without, like, Weehawk coming over and power shotting or something. So they'd have to, you know, drop an additional ward, yada, 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 so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. It's like all the plateau spots. They're very tempting, but they're generally the most obvious. So,
dude, how did KP get that? I thought for sure Kuro was ahead of him.
I don't know.
Like, wasn't he like on the bounty rune?
Kind of looked like
it. Body blocked him out. Wow.
It's sort of weird when you're moving sometimes. It looks like you can kind of grab them. You know, like you have like a melee attack compared to standing on it. But yeah, that one looked a little fishy. I don't know.
It must be hacks. That's
right.
Clearly the only answer here. Yeah.
Right. On
Figured
land
at
the major. That must be it.
Yeah.
Got him.
So, to start things out here, though, so they do not have the Timbersaw bottom. It looks like NIGMA were well set for that, too, with the Batrider being down here. So, up top, they're going to start it out. We've seen this a couple times with Timbersaws lately. They actually do get a little bit of help to start, even as crazy as a tri-lane. But eventually, you do want to give him that solo XP. But as we said, like the start to his game is super important. So I really like the fact they're doing this.
So they'll rotate Teal down. That's the disruptor straight away. So it is a 2-on-2 in this top lane. And Kuro did skill up Fatal Bonds level 1. He's going to move over. As you mentioned, no way to get vision on top of the plateau, but he will find this sentry ward in the trees. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, good thing that he doesn't have that ability. That'd be really annoying. Get double whammy there.
Yep.
So Armel in the mid lane too, not starting with the LSA because of the matchup versus the Windridge. Like typically, you almost always see LSA really early for these Lena players, like stun and secure range creeps. But Armel taking like this just slightly higher damage approach, longer range, and the wind run, of course, just being all annoying.
Yep. Not trying to put pressure on the Wind Ranger from the start. I like the idea from Armel. He's staying even with Weehawk, actually slightly ahead. Up top, KP getting pushed back. First blood, there it is. Kuro finds that bonus gold. 320 for him as KP takes a tumble.
And while that was happening, March was body blocking the small camp. So he stacked the medium camp or the hard camp, pulled it over to the small camp so that his body would be blocking the small camp at the same time. So even though they got that D ward, there won't be a pull available for Kuro.
Now a little counterplay onto Miracle. Lifestealer sustaining for now. Gets the heal from Kuro, but it's going to be tight. Right clicks will not be there. March finds the kill. Now more pressure onto Kuro. The Wisp going to stay nearby. Not going to be the easiest kill to find. He does have a Fairy Fire, and they won't pursue under the tower. Wisp a little bit low. Needs to be careful. GH finds a Courier. All the while, a little bit of bonus gold there for NIGMA.
Man, that was a lot of additional damage onto Kuro, though. And now KB can just salve him, too. And they're going to go for another stack here. March really leveling it up here. And he's also going to get both his range creeps pulled. So Kuro's got to get over here for that. We'll grab their attention, but he's going to die for it.
Oh, maybe. Kuro comes the other way. He gets stomped by the Centaur. Oh, no. A turnaround. KP finds the kill that time.
That was a bit dangerous there for Kuro.
I was an angry conqueror.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go grab some items anyway. I'm sure it's fine.
Apparently, he's a fan of the Philippines.
Dude, he's going in again. Kuro's crazy.
I mean, March is just baiting him right now. He's so low. There's the salve, and Kuro gets down to about half HP. Pretty tense top lane.
Yeah, thankfully there's no action really happening down bottom. I mean, you got a magic wand already on Gabby. He's got 20 stacks, so think he's going to be okay. And March, again, is going to keep forcing the action down near this stack. Constantly pulling the wave.
Nice little play by Tim's down bottom. Pulls that Bat Rider back with the glimpse.
Ooh.
Keeps himself alive.
And Weehaw gets a haste rune here. Got the wave pushing in here too, so gonna try and just farm this out.
Armel's doing a great job though, staying ahead of Wee. Couple of denies, couple of last hits.
Yeah, once he got to level 3 as well, and he had the second point in the Dragon Slave, that's where there's a big jump in damage too. So able to output quite a bit more onto him. Has the bottle already too. But not getting the rune was a real issue for him. He tried to push the wave in, but Weehaw just kind of ignored it and made sure that he'd secure one of the runes, and he got lucky.
Back to the top lane we go.
Oh, bottom. Tim's actually got the run down there, actually. Just got fissured. Killed by Bat Rider. I mean,
Look at that. Glimpse level 1. It's a 60-second cooldown. It was still on CD when they manned up on him. So there's the advantage of the Bat Rider. Just better cooldown timings. KP up top trying to pressure Kuro, who does snag that bounty rune. Going to pay with his life for it, but does pick up that boon for the team. And it will be an even split at the 5-minute mark.
yeah, that's 250 gold for your whole team versus the 167 you dished out and some XP for the Timber. So calculate that, decide if it's worth it. He's going to say it is because he knew he was going to die if he walked over there.
Yep. And now on to KP, but March will be right there. Here come the creep army, though. Look out, Kuro. We know their bias. And things will break up a little bit. Disruptor headed mid right now. Curious what Tim's is thinking about. Only level 3. Does have a ward down, but bumps right into GH. Glimpse into the Lina. Armel. Laser. One more, and GH is down. Nice setup there.
Burns.
Man, that observer must have been placed like just after the sentry, eh?
I guess so. Miracle up top. Okay, he's fine.
Illusion.
Oh, the sentry's 7.5 minutes left, and the observer has... Yeah, oh, so he knows. So he placed that sentry down and saw it.
And just couldn't finish it.
Now he's trying to get vision by walking into the... Oh, there we go. Negative power shot. So that's what happened. That's why he was standing there like that.
Now,
I was
up
wondering
top,
why.
Mind Control looking for this big stack, and I think he's going to get most of them. He's going to get brought down pretty low, but he'll survive for now. KP looking for a target, putting some damage into Miracle. All the creeps have gone down. Need like a layer 3 cap there to see who got which set of neutrals.
Yeah, smart idea to keep making that stack, though, right? It's, oh, GH. Nice Fisher into the totem.
And all of a sudden, it's a 2-on-3. They're in way too deep. March gets brought down. Tim's follows suit. It's a victory for NIGMA, 4-5. Yeah, so they also get a kill on Mind Control.
Yeah, he just eventually died to the Thunderstrike.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Missed that last cast there. Good rotations from NIGMA, though.
But I like the way the TNC set that up, right? Because you start with this, like, 3 heroes at first, and then down to a dual lane of a Timber Saw, and Timber's so greedy for XP, so you try and make up for that by creating this big stack situation. Obviously, they weren't able to just, like, freely farm it. But.
Glimpse onto Weehaw, but GH is right there. He'll break this up. Kuro even TP's in. Laguna back the other way. GH goes down, and now Tim's dropping some sentries. No way to survive this one. A 1-for-2 favoring NIGMA right now.
I know I'm dead, so I'm just going to do something efficient. Ooh, the shovel. Nice. Man, I will say, Weehaw, you know, one of the benefits of playing the same heroes over and over and over again is that he's just, like, automatic in certain situations. Like, he just immediately identified that Disruptor had used his abilities, and even though there were heroes at, like, a half HP, he just runs out of full HP Disruptors. He's like, I'm just going to kill this guy. Like, I can just walk at him, and he's guaranteed to die. Ooh. Almost got the cancel on that Timber Chain. Wouldn't have mattered, but could have gotten a little bit more damage onto KP up top.
Yep. He's working on his hood. Still has some farming to do, but tanking up.
Well, GH down bottom here. He's got 860 HP, but they've got that chrono.
Yep. Nice fissure. Does connect on both. They might not even need the chrono. Tim's pretty
Nice.
effective force in stopping the getaway, and GH will take a tumble. Another one for Gabby. Well,
Invisibility.
first one for Gabby.
Trying to keep that gold out of the hands of GH.
That's an invisible Lena. Lasso does come in. Still gets the kill onto KP. Mind control. No way he gets away with this. Tower shots helping out Armel. They make it a 1-for-1.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But he still got the kill on the Timber. I think Mind Control's giggling in his chair right now. I think he's all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, because Weeha's also ultimating the tower in the mid.
Oh,
Giving
that's
the
not so
focus
bad.
fire. Who also sees a big stack there that the Wisp pulls over. Down bottom, the Chrono's dropped.
And a
And
back-to-back
again,
kill.
GH. Yeah. Keep this guy away from Blink Dagger. I think you've heard the players on that team say several times they all feel like GH is just this incredible force that helps so much with the gold he's able to get early in the game. Several times I've seen like the 14-minute Blink Dagger lately, and you do not want to play against that.
Miracle's gone straight for the Maelstrom. He's got it picked up, level 6, just farming in the jungle.
Have they gotten... Oh, okay. They've gotten 2 neutral items on the dark side. Felt like I hadn't seen any of them. And only one on the Radiant.
Oh, wow, they got the keen optic on the Bat Rider. That one's fantastic.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, that's nice. 75 cast range is a lot of cast range on Lasso.
Oh, yeah. KP up top, maybe in trouble. Does get that Timber Chain, though. And NIGMA will be repelled for now. Now pressing
Nice
forward
shackle.
and onto Armel and March. TNC starting to reinforce. They have a TP coming from the Void, but he cancels. And that'll be the end of it.
They're fermenting this bounty rune in the mid. Unfortunately, oh yeah, they took away our bounty rune aging in that recent patch. How unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sad times.
I wasn't aware that that was the mechanic of bounty runes that needed tweaking, but apparently that was what was pushing them over the edge.
Well, it was kind of silly to reward people for basically poor map positioning. It's like, oh, we finally got here this bounty rune, and now it's worth more.
Yeah, that's a fair point, I suppose.
Like,
Perhaps
did we need
counterintuitive.
incentive to go
Radiant's
after them?
courier has been killed.
And that courier, he almost got the alacrities that were on there. But Gabby will get him delivered first as he's on his way to the Diffusal Blade, another popular item lately on the hero.
Diffusal first. Diffusal Lincolns, no less.
Lincoln's versus the Lasso and the Shackle Shot.
This is, when I see this
DFE,
build on
completes
Void,
that.
I always think of the old school counter to Wraith King. For that level 20 talent, though, we'll see Wee maybe in some trouble. Glimpsed back, does have some friends nearby. Maybe it's Tim's that's in trouble. Fissure does connect, and easy kill for the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, they're trying to go with Gabby at the same time, but they didn't stack their stuns. Oh, they made some crucial errors there.
And there you go, another time walk. He's good. Now back to the mid lane. Looks like a dive potentially onto Miracle, just chipping away at the tower, but reinforcements are here.
Oh, man. Void is so frustrating. It's because they weren't sure that if they perfectly stacked it, if they get the kill. So they had to try and go to like the absolute utmost limits, and that's why it got away.
KP knocked back, Fissure blocking him, and there will be no Timber Chain to survive. Chrono on 4, though. Is there enough damage? Double damage on Armel, in fact. They get Wee first, Kuro second. Out comes the combo from the Disruptor, and it's a disaster for NIGMA. They're going to lose 4 in exchange for just that Timber Saw. Not what they were hoping for after a beautiful Chrono.
Yeah, very nice. That's making Synderen proud strat there. The old double bubble escape gaming. The Chrono followed up by the Static Storm right after, and you just feel like you have nothing. And, well, they dropped the rock trying to get the solo kill onto Gabby, and that's what can happen, is that now they are completely fearless. Like, we had these worries about what happens if they do this and that, and if they have the rock available, and, well, they just showed you what happens when you don't. But Weehaw gets a freebie down bottom by getting the TP in.
And Gabby does have a time walk, but in pretty far, trying to get a
going
counter kill
in,
onto GH
all right.
before he goes down, and he might just do it into the tree line. One more, Armel's there. Those
Yeah,
are
the bots.
BOTs. Now can they get away from this? Armel gets booped by Mind Control. Weehaw continuing to chase. No latch on the Shackle. LSA off the mark, but the Void finds a bash. And Armel on the run, turning into 2 little fights now as Gabby's the one left behind. Flaming Lasso's there. Kuro rejoining the party, but another time walk available. Gabby mitigates all that damage. Glimpse onto Wee. Laguna, damage, not quite there. They need a few more. The Wind Run, magic damage isn't going to be enough, and they've got him. A long, drawn-out fight now as Mind Control's on the run. They should have enough damage to finish him off deep in no man's land. And that'll be a twofer for TNC.
So that's what, like 6 or 7 kills in a row? I guess they lost March in between with the first TP in there from Weehaw, but TNC absolutely popping off right now, and instantly they smoke.
Headed to the mid. It's only going to be Kuro, so not a high-prize target, but a kill they'll take if they can find it. Good sidestep on the LSA, and that actually keeps Kuro alive.
Well, this whole time, the hero that is absent for the Radiant is the Timbersaw, which is pretty unique. I mean, look how much damage has been done to this top tower. That usually means a really, really bad Timbersaw game. But in this case, his team's doing all right without him. He did get some pressure onto Miracle. I mean, that's not a Miracle normal amount of net worth for being this alone this game. He's had to jungle a lot because of this Timber. So this pick, although it's not like this super game-dominating Timber, it has worked out so far.
We'll find March again. Smoke rotation from NIGMA. Be a tough one for March to survive, and he'll just let it go. All things considered, pretty happy to tank the gank. Keeps his Void alive, and Gabby just heads to the other jungle.
Is under attack.
15-minute bounty runes. Looks like it'll go even.
Dire's middle tower
Radiant controlling that top part.
Yeah, we all double back and take the outpost while he pushes that bottom tower. So they're basically trading some damage onto their tier 1 down bottom right now to try and get some up top. I don't know if KB can finish this. It's going to require Armel, but Armel's trying to bait right now. He's got Arcane Rune. He really wants to have a fight here, right? Oh, that is the best item for Warlock. The Philosopher's Stone. I remember Liquid picked this twice, and Insania got the Warlock Philosopher's Stone both games. Pretty busted.
Absolutely. One of those
course, for
supports
now,
that
absolutely
absolutely
is a good call.
does not care about those right clicks and kind of desperately needs gold in any way that he can find it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Man, Nigma getting pretty lucky with these items. Philosopher's Stone, Keen Optic, not a bad start.
Yeah, but their map movements aren't working out too well, unless GH can help get this kill down bottom, because Weehaw was pushing this tower. Armel eventually gave up on the kill and kept top. He just forced the tower together with KP, so they secured the top tier 2, and KP immediately TPs down bottom to try and hold this tier 1. And despite being a kind of low level for a Timber, his gold is all right. He's the 4th highest in the game, higher than the mid laner on the enemy team, so you'll take that, and he's got a pipe complete.
Yeah. Uh-oh, up top, Lifestealer, they found him. Disruptor with that silence, no rage. Lena's there with the damage, but it's not enough. Gabby, though, with the chrono, does connect, cleans up the kill, and looking for more. Batrider TP's into it. LSA on 2. Oh, no, Nigma, not like this. 2 down, soon to be 3. They dive in onto Kuro, and it's a disaster on the high ground. They even use the rock. They kill the golem. And now we'll see how much TNC will get for this. They're chipping away at the tower. Backdoor protection does kick in, but there's a creep wave right here. And TNC are going to keep the pressure on, it looks like.
Now, the only problem could be the Earthshaker, right? If you don't have a good read on how much gold he has, which they really don't, they're not sure how close. He could be walking out of that fountain with a Blink Dagger, theoretically, so not worth risking anything. Might as well just go back for the tier 2s. But
he's chilling with the
should be able to get a
Philosopher's
tier
Stone
2
right now. I'd imagine they'll hand it over, but really feeling the pressure of that Blink Dagger.
Yeah. He's the biggest item right now for sure. Oh, the mid Timber Chain lasso grab onto KP. Still, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, he's a beefy mother with this Foot of Defiance. Not an easy target.
He
They
also
try to
has
use the dunk, but it's a disaster. Now Mind Control goes too deep. He gets brought down, and GH also gets killed. It's your classic turnaround. The Timber survives, and the cavalry arrives just in time, thanks to that Wisp.
That was like I can make a cool play and grab this guy, but did you really want to? Like, he did not have enough damage nearby for MC to get the kill on KP, and you can see what KP's doing with his hood, right? Is that until he's actually in a really threatening position, you keep it locked like this. This has become like the new meta of pipe buying. And so when an actual fight breaks out, he's going to pop the hood, then he's going to unlock it so that it creates the full pipe, and he can get a double buff on himself.
Damn. That's badass.
Yeah, it's some next level strats that have come out lately.
I like that. Okay. Finally, Blink Dagger on Batrider, and only 1,700 on the Earthshaker. 2, 8, and 4. Been a little bit rough for GH, not gonna lie.
Man, you're not wrong about these items, though. I feel like every item that NIGMA get, I'm like, wow, that's like the best item they could get right now. And then I look at the Radiant team, they're like, ah, yes, Dragon Scale. I mean, that item's okay. But, you know, it's no clumsy net or Pupil's Gift.
Yeah. Now, Miracle is going to go for Halberd after the Maelstrom.
Radiant
Not
are
too
scanning.
far away. Does feel like this Lifestealer's been a little absent this game, though. Miracle's done a good job keeping his farm up, and he's been in a couple of the fights, but doesn't feel like this carry is nearly as scary as what TNC have been able to do with this Void. You know, Gabby has been a constant threat pretty much since he hit level 6.
Yeah, Lifestealer has essentially like failed his mission this game, where because Lifestealer is supposed to be able to do well in the lane with the support, and then the enemy has to like leave the lane, or if they can contest the lane, they're definitely not able to
Dire's
slow down
middle
your farm.
tower is under
But
attack.
TNC found a situation where they could create a circumstance that Miracle has to go into the jungle and just farm this whole area,
Radiant's top
and so
tower
his
is under
his net
attack.
worth is not where he would hope
Dire's
it to be.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Now, big level advantage for TNC right now. 2 level 15 heroes, and they've got a 13 in that Timber Saw. NIGMA with 2 at level 13.
They've also got all 3 tier 1s still up as they take another tier 2 in the mid lane,
Dire's
leaving
middle
just the
tower
high
has
ground
fallen.
towers left now for NIGMA.
TNC just squeezing off the map, clearing out enemy neutrals. Void getting pretty close to a Lincoln's, and I think he's actually got it coming out on the courier now. There it is. And level 15, so Void now very slippery. 4.5 seconds on that time walk.
Well, do we have the blink dagger?
Dire are
We
scanning.
do.
Okay.
So it's time. They're going to smoke up. Power shot out the waves. The Dire are scanning. They found a target. Kuro is very far ahead right now. He's ready to drop this. He
Big
wants it.
setup. Timber Saw not nearby. They go in onto Gabby. Big time damage. Echo Slam onto the Wisp. That'll stop March from the save. Great play from NIGMA. They grab 2, get that kill onto Gabby, and it does go the way of GH, so pretty solid.
I don't know who spotted that Lincoln's, but very nice job there. They might have seen it on the lane before, but they were completely ready for that. Kuro popped it before the lasso went down.
Got a 1,500, 1,600 net worth swing. So it does put a little dent into that gold lead.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff they need, though. Like, the only problem is they use the golem, so now it should be.
Radiant's
See now the,
bottom
Dude,
the
they use
best
everything.
case scenario. Yes.
Golem, lasso, dunk.
Radiant's bottom
They do get a
tower
tier
has
1
fallen.
out of it, but yeah,
If,
huge
if you're
commitment.
NIGMA, you hope that they're waiting for the Void to come back, then they do Roche, and it like burns more time on your ultimates. But they don't even wait for the Void. They've already started Roche. It's down to almost half HP right now, and they just want to run at your high ground now while you don't have these spells. And that'll be the biggest problem for NIGMA. That's
Yeah.
why you see GH just like in a slightly dangerous position pushing out that mid lane because he knows how desperate the situation is right now. Same thing with MC. He's going to cut that next wave down in the bottom lane. So really what TNC needed was just like one person trying to hold a good wave for them, and it looks like it's just going to have to be the top lane.
Oh, they
Well, at least that's
smoke.
what Tim said. They're all going down.
Yeah, they smoke right out of the pit, and they're going to find Wee. Is this the target they can kill, though? Wind run away, trying to find a spot in the trees, looking to hold Chrono. Shackle does not latch, but the LSA connects. Nowhere for the little Wind Runner to go. He does have a buyback, but a great pick out of the
Tim's
pit.
TP bottom. He's trying to catch TPs. He got him.
Oh,
No Bat
Tim
Rider.
did get him. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, relocate from Gabby, and there they are, now back towards the base. The rest of NIGMA on the high ground. KP maybe needs to be a little bit careful, but they're going to keep this creep wave pushed up.
Yeah, and he's Tranquils and Yule Stepper. So Tim's will be back in that mid lane very quickly, while his companions will just relocate their way back.
Gabby jumps in, still has the Chronosphere, being close to the tier 4s, just trying to repel NIGMA right now while his team does the damage to the buildings.
15 seconds till Echo.
Still 35 on that Golem.
Dire's
Lift
middle
down
tower
now,
is
should
under
be a pretty
attack.
easy tier 3. We'll see if TNC actually commit for the barracks with Bat Rider so
Dire's
close.
middle tower has fallen.
Gabby presses forward. I guess with the Chrono, they don't have too much to fear. Echo up in about 4 seconds. TNC being very cautious of this timer. And they'll just back out. They do some damage to the barracks, but they don't overcommit. Great control from TNC.
Yeah, they got wards behind them too, so they know the shrine is no one like lurking here trying to set something up or anything, so they just go right back and take that for themselves.
Free money.
Very clean gameplay here from TNC.
Dire's top
Looking
shrine
better than they did
has fallen.
during the qualifiers, that's for sure.
Yeah. Very decisive movements. I like the way Armel's been using these boots of travel. Felt like that was that extra little push to the global presence they needed to synergize with this Wisp.
Dire
It really let
are
them snowball and try and punish some of these heroes that need those first big items like the Bat Rider and the Earthshaker.
It also helps when the reveal of the BOTs get you a kill like we saw in the
Look
bottom.
at Gabby.
Yep, easy kill onto Kuro. Fight's going to break out now. Bat Rider jumps in, uses that lasso, but doesn't have a huge amount of support. Echo from GH. Now Miracle's in, but that's the Chrono.
Kuro's
it's a big
coming.
clump. Not a lot of damage on the outside, but it should favor TNC. The Golem comes down. Now's the turn. NIGMA doing some damage, but can they get these kills? TNC sustaining as Wii falls. Relocate out. Miracle going to get left behind. Is he going to have anywhere to go? They do get the kill onto Tim's. Miracle
can't
is
really
sort of
move.
sustaining. The feast is stacking up. Now KP March on the run. TNC starting to regroup, but they drop the Laguna and Mind Control falls. That's going to be the Aegis on Gabby. He'll just focus on the Golem, brings that one down. Fight breaks up, and it seems things will favor TNC.
Burns,
Yeah, having
doesn't
to burn everything there is going to be rough. Because, again, no ultimates. You got the Aegis, so we'll see how cautious they want to be on the side of TNC, but... Oh, they're coming back out, though. They sense that Gabby's alone, and they are correct.
Time walks in time, though. And
They
he should be
think the
good.
ward's up there, but you can see it was just down on the ground as they now take it out.
So how many buybacks used there? 3, I think, from the Dire. Wind Ranger, Warlock, and the Earthshaker. Very costly.
Yes.
Regeneration.
Yeah, TNC just slowly building that lead. Well, not that slow. It is only 26 minutes in, and the game kind of feels out of reach for NIGMA unless they get some absolutely incredible wombo combos or a lot of solo pickoffs from Weehaw, but Weehaw just not strong enough to do that right now. I mean, I guess once he's the BKB, it'll be a lot easier. It's just several times he just gets hit by a single stun or even a slow, and it feels like he's done for.
Yeah, a couple of big items coming out for TNC. The BKB on Lena, the BKB coming out on Void, and also BOTs now on Timbersaw. So one more piece to that global presence.
How about Orb of Destruction when you're trying to end the game going high ground? That's pretty nice. They finally get a good neutral item now on the side of TNC.
Wow. Armor reduction. Very nice. Hey, it doesn't pierce spell immunity anymore. Well, that's cool.
Right. A recent patch.
I think that was one of the greatest changes ever to Dota, putting the recent patch notes on the tooltips.
You know what? That was a great change. It's hard to believe that was a thing that like didn't exist.
Yeah, might be the most meta of Dota changes, but hey man, I'll take it. And he digs up a bounty rune. March, you lucky dog.
Yeah, but where's the bottle for the ultimate, value?
Ultimate value.
JK. Doesn't need a bottle.
Interesting that KP has a Blade Mail queued up next. He's already got a pretty good kit of items. Going to go for this relatively low ticket but high effectiveness choice.
Yeah, it's like what other item could I buy? Okay, Shivas would be cool this game. Am I going to get Shivas before the game ends if my team wins?
Hopefully.
Probably not. How do they win this fight? They have to splash a ton of AoE damage down on my entire team. So I have 2,000 HP and I regen a lot. What if I just buy a Blade Mill?
Yeah. The Lotus is a nice addition. Mind Control creeping in the trees. Are they going to think about a go onto KP, perhaps? I don't know if they'll have the damage. It's kind of a weird play. Does blink back just in time.
This guy's good. Oh, nice angle from KP. He's got a lot of distance. Not zigging. He's not gazelling enough here on MC, but the additional stun did not come fast enough from Tim's. He's a little bit too far away for the glimpse.
Noble effort there, though. And Tim's is starting to work on that Aghanims now. The build you mentioned, Yules into Aggies. And now up top, Chronosphere connects onto Miracle. Oh, no, that's a dead dog.
That's the worst.
60 seconds on the sideline. Kuro even uses the Golem and then dies. Will be stuck on the sideline without a buyback. That's a double damage on the Void and the BKB debut. That's what we call a heartbreaker there, Trent.
Yeah, I can't believe that that was a already raged lifestealer. That was a lot of damage very quickly.
He does have the buyback, of course. But will it be enough, especially without that golem? It's such a huge part of their team fight.
And they're pre-piped already, too. It's like, even if they got all echoed. All right, they're going to try it.
They're going to jump in and feel the effects of that pipe as Mind Control uses the lasso. Not enough damage coming out, and TNC will just try to reset things. Lena stays alive. Breaking up into a couple of fights as Gabby stays high ground, trying to finish off Weehaw. And on the back, KP chasing down Mind Control. Gabby in very deep right now, but he's got March to back him up. Able to time walk away. Does finish off the barracks. A little bit of a close call, but he's good.
Of all the people, pretty risky for Gabby to try and stick it onto Weehaw.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows that it's, you know, game over if he gets them, but...
He played that like he had an Aegis, but he doesn't.
he really did. I mean, he does have BKB Lincolns, so kind of understandable.
It's the rich man's Aegis.
Yeah.
High ground we go up top. Tier 3 tower turned to rubble. NIGMA desperately trying to hang on. Bat Rider does have a buyback, but again, no lasso. Miracle glimpsed back. Does have to use that rage, but he's deep. He's surrounded by enemies. Gabby does finish off Kuro. No buyback there. Infest inside GH. It'll keep their lifestealer alive. But there's just no damage coming out of NIGMA right now.
Man, TNC just absolutely destroyed this game. They kind of played perfectly. I'm trying to think of, like, big mistakes they made. I can't even really think of one.
There weren't many. Armel stayed even, slightly ahead in the mid lane. Gabby got a lot of space early on. Used his chronos pretty early
never
as
pushed,
well.
Too far either. Like, every time where there were definitely situations where, like, okay, they could go for the racks here if they want. It might be a little risky, but, you know, I've definitely seen teams do it in this situation. They're like, nope, go for the shrine. Nope, go for the Roche. Just constantly securing everything. And again, we're going to get all those items up.
They did a particularly good job playing around the Timbersaw this game. There were moments when they rallied around KP to support him in lane and put pressure on, and then they found these moments where they left him alone, said, you know what, KP, you need some items, push out these lanes, get a little bit of space for yourself, and then they rallied around Gabby. You know, I felt like their movements were very tactful.
Yeah, it was interesting how he was basically just a cancel out hero, where he kind of just removed Lifestealer from this game. And if you look, KP was involved in 13 of the kills, which is by far the lowest out of his teammates. Who's even the second lowest? Like, I think 18 of the Disruptor, the second lowest kill involvement. So, KP was extremely solo this game.
Now look at March's kit. He's got 2 rings, no fingers, a mech, a holy locket, a shovel, and some cheese. This is one happy wisp right now.
Yeah. And neutral items are pretty fun on some of these greedier supports who just love it to fill every single slot.
Good old Ring of Aquila.
He needs the Essence Ring, though. That's the real one.
Titan Sliver on the Lena, and the big guys got the Aghanims. That's your Disruptor. Mutes items and increases duration. 7 seconds.
A long time.
That is a long time to be stuck inside of a Static Storm.
All right, they're smoking up here. Got the spider legs on Miracle. Maybe he can make some big plays through the cliffs.
He did finish up that Desolator, the Mjolnir, the Halberd.
Oh, they noticed. So GH saw the Lena, and he blink fissured, but it was just an illusion. Then it got pinged out by the side of TNC. So they know they're all down bottom. So they know they're either going to approach up the stairs, which is why they're standing here, or they're just going to go right back into their base.
Yeah, I like this positioning. There's only one angle, really, for NIGMA to attack. You can see KP just cutting off those wraparounds. Now Gabby pretty confident going up to the high ground. There's that Aegis. Also an MKB. So jumps in.
Whoa.
Ooh, Chrono onto 3. Wind Ranger with a BKB. Might be able to live through it, but no. Weeha's down. Mind Control and Kuro going to be the next targets. Buyback on 1. Buyback on 2. But it's another disastrous fight for NIGMA. Miracle does absolutely nothing. Not a single kill on the side of NIGMA as TNC sustained. Gabby, oh, there he is. He's just finding more kills as KP repels them to the well. Buybacks coming from NIGMA, but this looks like the end. GG indeed. TNC dominate their way through in 34 minutes.
Did they ever? Man, Gabby was incredible this game. 12-1-14. He finished out 13-0-9.
A pick off before they leave KP on his own.
Yeah, and the big key right now is to just not get scouted. You don't want them to find out where your Shadow Fiend is. That's why you see Gabby standing like that.
Yeah.
Not going for either bounty rune. Just hiding away in his little tree line.
He chilling.
Started to poke out there, and March yelled at him. Like,
Yeah.
Get back in. Do not show. I don't care if you're feeling antsy.
I do like this kind of a lane start for TNC, though. Very reminiscent of what we saw last game. They often do this where they want KP just to get his footing, and then they'll leave him alone to play around with the lane and create that chaos. I think Underlord is very much like Timbersaw in that regard. Level 1 is your roughest spot by far. You feel like you don't really do anything until you get level 2, level 3. Then you can start to take over the lane. So very important to make sure he doesn't just get completely zoned out, bullied, and stuck at level 1. Can't really
You see GH?
do much there.
Just came mid lane, walked in here, and oh, I got hit by the tower. Instantly pinged, so he knows that ward is there. Nice little bonus to his mid laner. You're welcome.
The battle begins.
You might wish to retract
Now,
your
does he
last
have the
move.
sentry already, though? He does not. Someone send this boy a sentry.
Even bounties again.
So Gabby just got spotted by the ward. So they know that he's now rotating all the way around. And they're doing the body block plays here, too.
Yep. And TP coming in. It will be the Rubik.
Man, laning's so weird now.
Good patience from the Shadow Fiend, though, not to just burn that TP. The conventional logic is first the TP loses that rotation battle.
Look what Kuro did, though. He instantly TP'd top and just started running around here trying to figure out who's still up here.
It's the battle for intel.
And now he saw March hiding there. Gonna body block him in, make him burn a tango. Would have had to spend anyway, not a big deal. Gabby still hasn't skilled anything.
Still throw a little bit of damage into Kuro. Not that the Shadow Fiend is too intimidating at this level 1. But things will settle down a little bit.
Oh, the courier! Oh, the Weehaw messed up there with his micro. Just left his courier standing there in the mid lane.
Oh, no.
I'm going to blame the fact that it looks exactly like a dire creep because I thought it was one for a second. So, that poor courier choice, or maybe very smart courier choice, but either way, did not work out for him.
Cuts both ways, it seems.
Your last move.
Radiant's
A little bit of a
middle
struggle
tower
for
is under
Gabby,
attack.
as always with Shadow Fiend. Level 1's tough. He did go Shadow Raise, so no Necromastery yet.
Yeah, you need a really secure lane to try and take that level 1.
Yeah.
The mid lane not going too poorly for Weehaw. Even though he lost his courier, this is it should start moving towards the favor of the puck. This is one of those matchups that people used to try and counterpick the OD with for quite a while last year. And Weehaw just securing the range group there with the Astral. Gets a couple bonus. Oh, he got 3 there too as Armel misses the deny. Very nice.
Yeah, what
he
is
will
it about...
finally cash in.
Oh, Shadow Fiend up top. Sorry. Gonna get chased down. That's your first blood for mind control. March probably gonna fall as well. Kuro gonna take credit for that one. 2 kills up top for NIGMA as they strike first.
What were you gonna say? What is it about the matchup?
So what is it about the matchup that allows Puck to kind of dominate OD? Does he just have enough damage and...
You basically, you can just focus all your damage. You kind of like control the fight as the Puck, right? Because like, in order for OD to deal damage to you, he has to either astral you or he has to orb you. And with the orb, you obviously have the phase shift to deal with that in those key situations. And then by comparison, the Puck has the Waning Rift, which has kind of similar range to the Astral, but obviously there's no counterplay. Like you get to silence them, do much damage, and keep right-clicking them. It's not like Astral where they just kind of like sit in there before eventually taking some damage. Plus, then on top of the silence, you have the Illusory Orb, which obviously is much longer range. So
I see. And down bottom, that was a nice setup on the KP. I don't know if you caught that, but GH tossed him into the tower, and that's what made the whole thing possible. Another kill.
I'm still watching this this mid lane. It's pretty interesting. Things that OD has an advantage, though, is that the OD does have the 7 armor, which is nice. Has a little bit more movement speed there as well, but yeah, it's starting to get a bit worse there. As Weehaw went for the Astro into the creep, so Armel took full advantage.
Yeah.
Armel should be able to get that haste rune as well, so Weehaw going to have to be careful.
And Puck also in this cast of heroes that just trades well. He has a lot of damage. So does OD, but Puck can kind of keep up with him. He's only behind by a couple, so they can square up. Top
Puck
lane
usually gets to decide when the trading ends too, right?
Yeah,
That's the big
absolutely.
thing.
Mind control. Well, it's getting pretty low, but now they turn on to March, and the turnaround is just too much between the Aphotic Shield and the Frost Shield. Mind control's pretty beefy. Gabby now surrounded. Mind control trying to bait him a little bit and gets caught by the Rays. That's a kill for Gabby. Courier coming in. Gabby falls. Will the Courier die? Kuro, he's trying to chase it, but he's just too slow. 2 movement speed disadvantage, so not going to be able to close
rough.
the gap.
Yeah, not going to catch up there.
That's tough.
Needed the Agi tread toggle there for the 2 movement speed, you know?
All right.
H looking for a toss back here, but just onto creeps. No additional damage going to be coming out there. Doesn't throw him over to Miracle or anything.
So far, this Abaddon lane seems to be working out quite well for NIGMA. The chase down onto Gabby. He just came back to lane. We forced a salve already. There's a Sinister Gaze onto March, and they've got plenty of damage. Mind controls right clicks more than enough.
All I'll say, though, is that Gabby's still getting a lot of farm. I still don't think this is the matchup they want. Like, I think they want someone who can just pressure and actually, like, kill the Shadow Fiend.
When you look at net
he's still
worth,
getting souls. He's getting denies.
yeah, he's right up there with the mid laners.
Yeah, like, he's fine. This is where one of those games where you're playing that Venge and you legitimately do not care if you die. If you die and it means your Shadow Fiend gets to farm 2 entire creep waves, which is what just happened because of the way they had to push to kill March, that was a victory for TNC. Which is like one of those really annoying parts of Dota because it's counterintuitive to like killing a guy being a bad thing, but I think that is a situation where you actually just made the game worse by killing March, which feels really stupid, but sometimes that's Dota.
Yep. That's Dota. Almost found a kill on the Ember Spirit down bottom. And to echo your point, the Shadow Fiend is still ahead of him in terms of CS and net worth. Has not been an easy lane in the bottom for NIGMA. KP.
To be fair, I mean, March is also like less net worth than he started with, so, you know, there's also that.
It's Avenge, though. I'm not of all the sacrificial heroes, I'm not particularly worried about it, though. We'll see up top again. Nice. Initiation onto Gabby. Will they turn onto March? They're actually going to be able to finish off the Shadow Fiend this time. It looks like stick charge is not enough, and now they focus on the Vengeful Spirit. Does have another stun. Looking for the kill on Mind Control, but can't find it either. Another tough break. 8-1 now. Kills stacking up for NIGMA.
Yeah, not respecting the slow there, I guess, from the Abba to put him in range of the Gaze, because the Gaze is just what absolutely wrecked Gabby there. Pulling him back in for that finishing out of the Curse of Avernus. Really stacking up that damage. So big kill there for the side of NIGMA. Fortunately, he is going to get another full wave here. Get his souls back, so they'll still have some standing presence in the lane. As Kuro comes up to place down an Observer Ward again, continuing that pressure onto them, but March did spot him placing it down. So that'll get dewarded soon. And double stack there from March, setting up again for Gabby.
Always huge for the Shadow Fiend.
Down bottom.
Oh, yeah, they grab KP. That's it. Just a quick
EH
combo.
with the big dives. But Armel makes the rotation to try and get something here. It's a level 5 Ember. It's tempting. He's going for it.
Pops the coil. Trying not to break the leash, but he does. And that ends up being an easy one for Armel. Plenty of damage. All right, good rotation in the end.
Rubik was coming in with actually no mana. I guess Puck could have just bottled him if they really needed it, though, so fine. And speaking of which, he actually has the gold for the Arcanes now on Tim's. Pretty rich Rubik to start.
Yeah. His mid lane is stacking up, though. Armel really pulling ahead. 44-14 compared to the 34-7 on Weehan, plus that rotation kill. Pretty big net worth gap at 8 minutes.
And I think a lot of those last hits for Weeha are also neutrals.
Yes.
Because he's well behind in net worth.
Regeneration.
At least he can play up front now because he doesn't have to worry about the Dream Coil. So Weeha trying to put his own pressure there. Man, that is a nice couple of items. Gets the broom handle into the Ironwood tree.
The tree is solid, right? That's one of the ones that's considered super value.
Yeah, 7 stats, man. Whew.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Playing a tree never hurts either. You know, you can make some cheeky plays.
Yeah, it's cute.
I want to see it with tiny eggs. You know, clearly that's a play, right? Slowly amassing your tree army. Hide in the Roche pit. Make a big forest.
You seem to be right, though, about the general state of this laning phase. 9-2. You kind of feel like NIGMA should be ahead, but they're really not. Shadow Fiend and Puck still getting great farm. Engagement onto Mind Control. That's a borrowed time. Tim's also making the rotation. It's a level 5 Lich, so they can clump up all they want. Right-click him down. Sinister Gaze. Well, now gets a counter kill into March. GH making the rotation as well. A 1-for-1.
Oh, they got Coil.
Nice
Nice toss
here.
back from GH.
Armel drops it. GH definitely going to be done for.
Oh no, Mind Control, why'd you come back in?
Still
All right,
35
so they
seconds.
actually-
TP coming. And they'll probably just let this one go. Kuro back in the fray. Not even close to level 6.
Armel definitely wants to dive this. He wants to get shielded by Tibbs. They want to dive this guy because he's got no ulti.
That Lich just evaporated. Nice raise combo as they commit onto Mind Control. Silenced under the tower. No ulti to save him. And it is TNC that strike right back. Big combos in the top lane, and they will reclaim that net worth favor.
And TNC are just on point. Really liking this group up style that's taking hold in the patch, and they're gonna get that top outpost. And if KP hurries with this, but that's why they're glyphing. They're glyphing that bottom wave so that Miracle has space to get that outpost. As March does fall again in the river.
Distracts him in the mid.
Dire's top tower
And
is
the
under
outposts
attack.
do go 1-for-1, so that XP stays even.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, now the chase down onto Gabby. MC keeps up the pressure, but Armel's here again. Has the coil, but with the ulti, does not want to waste it.
Radiant's middle tower
Has
is under
some vision
attack.
down here still. They tried to sentry it. Oh, actually, they did get it now. All right. So
TNC
that'll get taken out.
grabbed that tower, of course. Shadow Fiend number 1. So Weehaw looking at Aghanim's first item on the
Oh,
OD.
more stacks too. You see this? You see that? Marsh just waved up here. Gabby stacked this camp. And, well, Tim's tried to join in with the stack over here on the side, but he messed it up. We'll just pretend that Tim's wasn't there. They almost had a full triple stack in this nice triangle for their
Dire's
SF.
middle tower is under attack.
You think Valve were like, let's make it a real triangle now? It's beautiful. It's a little isosceles, I think, if I drew straighter lines. Not quite an equilateral.
It can't all be perfect.
No.
Regen coming out for the Underlord.
What is it when it's 3 like different angles?
Isosceles?
No, that's 2 of the same.
Scalene.
Galen, that's it. Man, nice one. Look at you. Someone paid attention in geometry.
Yeah, I pulled that one out of the vault.
Yeah, that's, man, thank God that's taking up valuable brain space in your head.
Talk about useless information.
Can't remember a phone number you need, but you'll never forget what a scalene triangle is. Man, geometry really
Dire's middle
took a
tower
lot of
is
time.
under
Those
attack.
rhombuses, those trapezoids,
Yep.
what were they good for?
Angles. Speaking of angles, down bottom, NIGMA
Oh, he's
want
got the
KP,
angle.
and they found it. A Chain Frost going to follow him up in the air as it bounces around and secures the kill. KP takes a tumble, but now the swap, looking for a setup. March,
Oh,
gets the
he's
vision.
spicy. He's fast. He's zooming.
Gather round.
He's a zoomer.
All right, he
He's
goes
got the
for
coil.
Kuro.
Does connect only on the Lich. Big damage on the Tiny. Frost Shield might be enough. Sinister Gaze. Armel gets comboed down.
Catch out.
No, he doesn't. He lives. They do get the kill on GH, though. The stolen aphotic shield keeping Armel alive. Miracle wants to burn him down. Can't quite get it. The hop. The jaunt. It's there. Armel lives. They kill Kuro on the back line. Now OD's here, and the banish should finish him off, but not enough to save Miracle. Mind control. Might have to use that borrowed time. Stun onto the OD. Gabby
Oh, that was
hits
sick.
the ult. There's the disable. They get Weehaw, and it's a disaster for NIGMA. That puck was just way too sticky. I actually thought they comboed him down at first, but he got off the phase shift, and that reset the entire fight.
That swap into Requiem for the Fear was sick. That was so cool.
A
Very
1 for
nice
4.
play from March and Gabby. I love the way that Miracle, like, even though he died, the way that he threw out that Remnant, but he knew that Armel was going to phase shift the Remnant damage, so he waited before he jumped to the Remnant, but even getting every last bit of damage, still not enough there, as Puck just so elusive and able to dance to the tree lines ever since they buffed up that jump on Waning Rift.
Yeah.
Giving it that mobility aspect. Now, another long jump for Miracle here. He wants revenge.
Wow, they're going to go deep. They're going to grab March, but Gabby and Tim's are here. Potentially scary for NIGMA, but it looks like it will just be a quick pick on the Venge, and TNC going to respect their lack of cooldowns.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
they are pretty short, though. I mean, the coil already back up.
Yeah.
The Requiem under a minute away, too, and that's only going to get lower. The levels keep coming.
Yeah. I guess the bigger issue is that Puck's TP was on cooldown, so couldn't really get into that little skirmish.
Yeah, I think coil was coming up, like, just as it was ending, too. Like, they knew that they were pretty safe from the Puck. Oh, stolen Remnants here from Tim's.
You know, KP's been pretty quiet, just pushing out this top lane the whole time. And he all of a sudden has a Hood of Defiance now
Dire's middle tower
and chipping
is
away
under
at that
attack.
tower.
Yeah, he's kind of adopted this playstyle. A guy who used to be known as very aggressive and making these like big blind
Dire's
jumps and
top tower
stuns.
is under attack.
Ever since he started playing like that Veno style, he's kind of moved that onto a lot of his other heroes because of how successful it's been. Just keeping one of the lanes pushed constantly.
Oh, they found him. That's a Dark Rift.
Dire's middle
All
tower
right.
is under
Should be able to live here.
Dire's structure
Did he go mid? Or no, he went home. Damn. That was the panic ult.
Whoa.
Didn't get. If he went mid, that would have been way better. But he can just TPM. Sure.
Coil mid. They toss March in. GH is here. It's a big reaction out of NIGMA. They will get the kill onto March.
has fallen.
And that's it. TNC just back right up. Go, okay. Didn't think their whole team would show up, but they want to make sure Weehaw stays alive, and now a counter push the other way.
Miracle wants to go in here. NIGMA are very close to their timing. That rushed Aghanims that we see all the time on OD now, especially from Weehaw,
Are fortified.
coming through. And remember, Weehaw, I believe, combining with the qualifiers and the LAN event, OD went completely undefeated at the minor. That counts all region qualifiers
What?
and the LAN. He went 12-0.
What?
Yeah,
That's-
I was looking up the other day before I was watching
Is
this.
under attack.
And so Weehaw himself, I think, was 6-0. I want to say. So we'll see if he can keep the streak going.
Yeah, I mean, he does tend to be that hero that you only pick him in scenarios when you have like 10th pick and it's a good OD game. So, you know, it's not a hero you just force in and you can get counter picked by. So I guess in some ways that stat makes sense, but I'm trying to think of any
That's pretty
time in
crazy.
any minor I've heard of a hero doing a 12-0 run like that. That's impressive. Up top, borrowed time. Mind control's good.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Tim's just
is
kind
under
of lurking
attack.
there. Man, that bonus damage on the Aphotic Shield, just like for someone like a Puck, just adding additional like 200 damage onto your initiation is pretty
Radiant's
nice.
bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, yeah. Puck is just so insane. Can any other hero do as much damage with the amount of mobility that Puck has? I guess maybe Ember Spirit is up there.
Yeah, pretty much only Ember, but that's with a lot more items. But
Yeah.
now that Puck has all these like physical damage capabilities, maybe not.
My searing cave.
What a great hero.
There it is, the Aghanim Scepter fully delivered now onto Weehaw. Very scary. This is where this OD is quite dangerous, and with an Essence Ring too. That's a nice item for an OD to have. Oh, how about another shawl? Oh, okay. Well, that's sick. His ulti just got 8% better.
Wow.
That's
That's
a big
just a
item.
lucky find right there.
No, I learned something recently about Essence Ring that I didn't realize. It's not like Soul Ring, because you actually heal for 425 and you gain 425 max health. So Soul Ring, you just you gain max mana, right? So like you don't you're not actually like gaining anything in that sense. It doesn't like restore mana and then give you max mana on top of that. But you can be missing health, use the Essence Ring, and then when your max health goes away, you'll still be fully healed, not just percentage healed, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
But yeah,
So
that's
it's
pretty
better
nice.
than Soul Ring by a lot.
Yeah.
Borrowed time. Again, Mind Control gets the reset. Looking to wait things out, but
Radiant's
reinforcements are
middle
here.
tower
Just
is under
Kuroki for
attack.
now, but their whole team is on the way. Another swap. They're just going to bring down Mind Control. Chain Frost jumps into the neutrals. However, still enough bounces onto March that sets it up for the kill. And GH will get credit for that. 1 for 1.
I think NIGMA have stabilized very well here. I think TNC probably could have snowballed a little bit harder here with how this like Puck and Shadow Fiend popped off. I think they were aiming to be like controlling the area around Roche by now and being close to just taking it down. But instead, they've kind of stalled out here. They've let some big items come out. The Blink Dagger on the Tiny is there, ready to fight. They have this Aghanim Scepter on Weehaw here too. Plus, Miracle is closing in on the Maelstrom. They will grab another kill onto Kuro, but much like those kills earlier onto March, they don't matter that much.
And now Armel's going to go down for it, so certainly not worth that trade.
Yeah, they got problems now. I think NIGMA are in a very good spot.
Mansa.
They need that next big item for Gabby, the BKB, to be absolutely huge.
Nice neutrals in his inventory. But they're going to need to take a pretty good fight soon. Tier 1 mid in deny range now. Mind Control stays committed to the cause, though does get denied by KP. Borrowed time into Telekinesis. Pit of Malice. Mind Control going to be in some trouble here.
Oh, that stolen Chain Frost. God, these Astrals are so annoying.
KP still in the front lines. Down low and evaporated. That's the hammer from Wee, and now the real fight begins. They jump in onto March. NIGMA get 2. TNC back up. They need a reset. 19 to 12, 20 minutes. NIGMA have absolutely regained control.
Remember that lack of mistakes we discussed with TNC in the last game? I think they've just made some pretty big ones now. Like, forcing that fight when you know the tower's going to be gone anyway, initiating onto an ABBA all while your Puck is dead is just not good plays. That reeks of, like, you feel the game slipping away, and so you're trying to create a turnaround situation in what kind of feels like a low-risk thing. Like, oh, we'll just poke and maybe we'll catch him and draw him back, but you're not respecting the fact that Ember can force you into this fight, and OD can force you into an engagement by astraling you.
No way. Miracle lives in the mid lane. They didn't commit that much, but still, that would have been a free kill on the Ember.
Yeah, with the coil, you feel like you're going to get it, but now they feel pressured to go into the Roche pit, and with the auras, they should be able to do this pretty quickly. Miracle obviously has to go all the way home, and they know that, and they're trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they kill it pretty quick, but not that fast. Ember can definitely still get back into this fight.
Oh yeah, this
They
is
need
not going
something
down
to
fast
slow
at
it
all.
down,
GH
though.
is going in, dude.
GH, is he going to go for it?
Oh, big
1,500
wave.
HP. They know. TNC jump out of the pit. There's no coil for another 20 seconds. This is risky, but they make it happen. A great intimidation play from Armel as Gabby finishes it off. Aegis in the hands of that Shadow Fiend. NIGMA dancing around, considering an engagement, but they will just back off. Certainly not going to charge up to that high ground.
That was a great wave of terror by March to cancel the potential blink in there from GH.
Smart play from TNC overall, though. They take some risk, and it pays off. They are a tough team to fight in the Roche pit. I mean, OD and Lich are pretty good in those areas, but Pit of Malice, just Shadow Fiend in general, they love those tight-knit corridors here.
Yeah, and right now Weehaw still likes playing a little bit back in the fights until he uses the BKB, so going down into the river like that is going to be dangerous versus all that AoE until he uses the magic immunity.
Yeah, I guess
Trying to hold this Arcane Rune, but they saw Armel wouldn't get there in time.
the Ag's first build totally feels worth it on Outworld Devourer, but it changes the playstyle a little bit. You don't have that mobility. You know, you're using Astral slightly more to set up and save your allies.
Oh, that was
than
a good
save
smoke.
yourself. Uh-oh.
They have the gaze.
Shift. Link.
Dire's top tower is
Looks
under
good.
attack.
Now maybe March.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, got some friends nearby. Swap onto Mind Control. Well,
Not
Fab
the
is
hero.
The target they really want to go on. The Banish onto March, still on the run. The stolen Aphotic Shield, help keeping him alive. Chain Frost only takes one bounce. They don't get the toss in time. No, it's still going. Okay, it's good damage from the Lich, but now Coil on 3 from Armel. They need some follow-up damage. They've lost March. Now the ulti from Shadow Fiend breaking up the fight. Mind Control still has the borrowed time. And there it is. That's his reset. It's only a dead March. TNC do a lot of damage, but they can't actually find the kills.
They tried to do like the coil snap using the fear, but Just did not quite work out there, and that chain frost was brutal. It went back up to high ground, and our Gabby didn't want to like try and pop his manta. I think maybe that was the play. Could have perhaps saved March, but
I can't believe they got it. I thought that toss came out too late and it broke the bounce, but it was there. Most damage in the fight for Dire came from the Lich.
Yeah,
TNC just like getting caught in these terrible environments for their team to fight.
And every single time, it's MC with the great positioning there on the Abba to just shut down any good-looking spell casting from the side of TNC. It's just everything's ugly and awkward because MC's just in the way.
Yep. And Armel, great positioning from GH, kind of predicts where the puck might go. Gets off another phase shift. Blink is there just in time, but it's still not enough. Miracle gets him.
I think if he didn't get the Maelstrom proc, he lives.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still a nice pick for NIGMA. Great read from GH. It seems like mind control is actually getting into their heads a little bit. In all these fights, you know you don't want to initiate on the Abaddon, but TNC, it looks like they feel like they have to in some of these scenarios. You can't just ignore him and let him stack up that Curse of Avernus on his target of choice.
Oh, mid lane.
They're going to find Gabby, and no way to save him. That's the Aegis down. TP reactions, though. Weeha's BKB, a couple of seconds left. Fear, Gabby about to go down again. Can't get off the ulti. Now March getting chased down by Miracle. Remnant comes down. How far do they want to dive? Another Astral should set up onto this Venge.
Don't worry, one more is still there. If you want some more in.
Wow, even a Chain Frost. Okay, that definitely secures it.
This Aghanim is insane.
A prize.
It's funny how OD's Aghanims have gone from busted to useless to busted. He's had such a roller coaster of Aghanims.
Dude, I loved the useless one where it would Astral everyone you ulti. That one was just, that was one of the peak useless Ags.
Yeah, it used to, and then they changed the way they kind of retooled him without retooling the Ags. So it was actually, I think we cast
then it was totally worthless, yeah.
one game where that came into play, where an OD was like defending a throne in a base race.
No, they were they were attacking a throne against a team that was stronger than them.
That's
and
what
he
it
just
was.
Astraled them all.
Yeah, so
And
they
then he
just straight up
refreshed and
focused
astraled
the
them all.
throne when they were all banished. It was kind of badass. That one
Yeah, that
use
was-
case.
Bottom tower is under attack.
One game ever. Well, it won't be this game, because that's long gone. And are they smoking again here? It looks like it, and they are. So
Sure are.
basically just doing the exact same play under the exact same wards. Miracle is seen right now by the side of TNC, so they only really get caught here if they try and go for a grab
Radiant's
onto
bottom
Miracle.
tower is under attack.
Where's the BKB? Still not there for the Shadow Fiend. 500 gold off.
Well, he keeps dying, Zyori.
Well,
How's he going to get a BKB?
I know.
He's
I was
4,
just
4,
about
and
to
4.
credit NIGMA with the timing of this aggression, trying to cripple this Shadow Fiend before he gets the key item. It's working well.
Armel
Is under attack.
has moved on to greener pastures. He's now a lane pusher. He said, all right, I see where this game's going.
Well, at least it's something. He does have that Maelstrom Aghanims queued up. Still pretty far away, but that would be a big item for TNC. He's already done a lot of work with this Dream Coil. They've got some pretty cool tools to try to break the tethers, and those can be game changers in fights. It's a shitload of damage, bud. 700.
Well, the big thing is they have this, like, all these wombo combos. They're trying to do the fear out of the tether. They're trying to do the swap out of the tether. They get telekinesis out of the tether. So this is like the big brain wrote it up on my, my internet message board to talk about how I'm going to be so good at Dota,
Dire's
you know?
bottom tower is under
You know,
attack.
guys, I've thought of something the pros have never seen. What if I just get all mobility to snap people out of a coil?
It's a very manageable lead for NIGMA right now. TNC behind. Look at that gold graph, and it has swung, but still within one team fight for either team. Dire
Dire's
scan.
bottom tower
A
is
little bit
under
intel.
attack.
Gabby invisible. Might get initiated on here. That is a Radiant Sentry Ward. Dire don't have vision right now. Coil on 2. They pop Kuro to start the fight. There's the BKB on Gabby. Defensive Astrals. Sets it up. Abaddon takes a lot of damage, as does the Tiny. The Pit of Malice, they just can't get out. It's too sticky.
He still has ulti.
Defensive Astral again gets a reset. Weehaw with the BKB. He wants to go in to drop the hammer. They do find one in Tim's. Make it 2 now as March goes down, but Weehaw only killing supports. Still able to break this fight up enough that TNC have to retreat. Dark Rift gets used, and TNC just head back to the high ground. Buyback from Kuro, so it was a 1 for 2.
All right, the potential roast spawn is coming up soon too here. So NIGMA trying to keep control of that part of the map. As Armel continues his quest to push lanes. Oh, did he just find a mango tree? Did. There's no way to break it. Sad life.
So what's the consensus on repair kit? I heard Kyle talking mad smack on the repair kit at the minor, I guess.
It's like...
I thought it was one of the better items, but I guess because it's charged based, that's really what makes it feel kind of meh as opposed to the alternatives for the tier 3 neutrals.
I would say it's not that great, but it's like there are definitely situations where they have a very specifically timed push. I think it's pretty good when, like, for example, the enemy has Aegis and they're trying to come high ground. Like, if you put that thing on a tower, no one really wants to try and fight into that.
Okay.
But it still can't really save you if you're that far behind, because they'll just kill you all and then just all hit the tower. So, you know, it has to be in, like, really tight games, I think.
Up top, a battle over the outpost. Does go the way of TNC.
Nice.
Nice attempt from GH. He got that interrupt.
Yeah, if there were only 2 heroes, they might have been a little bit short.
That Aghanims is coming on Armel. Another 1,000 gold, and he's got it. I think that's probably what TNC are really waiting for, and there you go. The Halberd also comes out on Underlord. Great tool against the OD.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, with the Aghanims, he's still kind of fine.
Well, yeah.
I just pressed W. At least this will slow down his Mindbreaker, too. Man, if he silences the puck and then enforces the early Yules at Armel and he just gets Searing Chains, he's going to be a very sad puck player.
Wow, this item used to silence for 4 seconds.
Well, you know.
Even 2 still seems pretty good. Was this the item that you were saying the other day you feel like is still busted?
I don't remember.
I forget. There was one you were complaining about. I feel like it was Mindbreaker, but alas, my memory.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely Mindbreaker. Yeah, because it was like the way it stacks up on certain heroes is just it's just too much.
OD gets an Orb of Destruction.
Not the best OD item, perhaps.
Shadow Fiend, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a good Shadow Fiend item.
Yes, my bad. That one's on me. Scythe of Vice, though, very close for the OD, and that is much scarier. 4,100 gold in the bank right now.
So what do we got? The raiding team got the Orb, the Titan Sliver, and the Repair Kit. Dire got the Repair Kit, the Spider Legs, and the Mindbreaker. I like Spider Legs quite a bit. I like them on OD. They have them on GH. That's also very good. Trying to find good angles for the tosses.
Radiant's bottom tower
I'm in on the Spider Legs.
Yeah,
there's that Shiva's now on the Ember Spirit. Man, he's ended up finding a lot of farm this game. #1 on net worth overall. Of course, has had that BKB for a while. Hasn't used the 10-second charge yet.
Going for the Octarine as well. Not the eggs. All right, now he's queued up Octarine and Mjolnir.
Interesting. Double damage on Gabby. Half duration left, but could be a great time to find a fight. Armel jumps in. Forces the
nice
BKB, but there's the combo. And do they have the damage, though? They don't. They can't kill him. Chain Frost now going to bounce around. NIGMA reset this fight, and now KP makes the call. We're getting out. Dark Rift, gather round. It's a great save.
Yeah, but the other 2 got left behind.
Tim's TP, he makes it. Okay, they make it out. Now TNC get the reset. They go back the other way onto GH. Pit of Malice. There's a Yule Scepter. War of attrition right now as NIGMA looks for the wraparound. Here comes Weehaw. BKB drops a hammer, gets the kill on Gabby. Now brings down March. 2 on the sideline as Armel jumps in. Trying to clear up these creeps, but can't quite get it. Tim's gets tossed in, and now he's going to be in trouble. 3 down for TNC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is that a Rubik stolen Sandy's there?
I think so.
I have no idea why they tried to re-engage.
Radiant's
That just
middle
seemed
tower
terrible.
has fallen.
Why would you re-engage when they still have Sandy's and you don't have coil for another like 20 seconds? Might as well have tried to fight the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under
Most
attack.
of them have buybacks. Everyone except March. Parakeet on the ground. Let's see if it comes into play. Bit of Malice again. And tier 3 up top goes down. Probably not going to commit for the barracks on this push, but now a 10k net worth favor. NIGMA very much in control.
Yeah, TNC just really desperate to find anything there, and I think that's what led to that attempt to go back in, maybe hoping they'll catch them off guard, or they're just thinking that, you know, Miracle's BKB, for example, was down, so they were hoping that that would be enough for them to try and get a kill, but still way too many tools and options available for NIGMA in that situation. And man, the fact they didn't get Miracle right at the beginning, it probably wouldn't have mattered, assuming he had buyback. Oh, actually, he didn't have buyback, so yeah, that would have been huge, because then he couldn't have just, like, remnanted right back in the fight, and they would have had a true, like, 5-on-4. Could have secured Roche after that, but the Sheeva's guard slowing down the damage he was taking while he was stunned up.
Under attack.
Looked like a great setup, but just wasn't there. Now starting to feel like TNC are a little all in on this crazy combo of the Dream Coil with the Shadow Fiend Fear. If they can get 2 or 3 tether snaps in a fight, they might have the damage. Bounty Rune gets picked up by KP. Mind Control still has the ultimate. Such a tough target to lock down. Does walk into the pit. Tether, toss. Oh, they can't get there in time. It was a cheeky little play, though. They might still get the setup onto GH. Another good Astral. Another Yules. They've got so many ways to counter-initiate on NIGMA. GH is still alive. Now the Hex comes out, and Shadow Fiend's in big trouble. Weeha not able to finish him off thanks to the BKB on Gabby. But still, huge damage as now March will be left behind. BKB used by Miracle. Their Astral setup. TNC haven't abandoned yet. Still lingering nearby. 25 seconds on the coil. March gets pulled back in with a Sinister Gaze, but Kuro in pretty deep. Another Astral save. Might still be able to get off this Chain Frost. Kuro drops it. Out comes the hammer as well. 3 down on the side of TNC, and it's all NIGMA all day as they grab another. Armel down. They've all got buybacks. But brutal fight.
I don't know. It seems like TNC have this idea that they can take elongated fights that is just completely not true this game. Like, you're fighting into constant aphotic shields, constant astrals. I don't see, like, once coil's down and you didn't get a kill, I think you just have to back.
I agree. That seems like the only time they can find these kills. Even the miscoils from the Abaddon, they've got ways to sustain and top off. Those long, drawn-out games of chicken really seem to favor NIGMA, especially now that the OD has Scythe and Mindbreaker. They can just jump in and explode on somebody to initiate.
Yeah, some great team play, though, from NIGMA coming out there. Even GH alive, the constant astrals, the shields, and then using his own spider legs to escape up the cliff. He got chased after by Armel, but still couldn't get the kill after that, so that wasted Armel's time. He wasn't able to help his team as they were kind of battling out with the rest of NIGMA down in the river. And now, with the Aegis secured, they look to force high ground as it sits on Weehaw. The Cheese is currently on MC, so if he wasn't hard enough to kill already, we got that. And MC's ready to hit buildings, dude. He almost has AC now with his plus 90 damage talent at 20.
Yeah. He feels like a proper core. He's a tank that also does damage. Starting to feel pretty grim for TNC. A 15 net worth, or 15k rather, net worth favor. And even more in XP, about 25k. Ember Spirit definitely going to be the first to level 25.
Damage empowers me.
And OD not too far behind.
I love how MC can just play this with talent now. Such a big threat to the buildings.
Double damage rune. NIGMA not going to force it, though.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold on Weehaw. And you still have 3.5 minutes before you have to go if you want to use that Aegis. They had an observer ward up here that just scouted that Armel is playing in this area. So they're going to go for the pick-off here. They have the scythe. And, oh, that creep. Weehaw just a bit too early.
Here I am.
And Armel will be good. Wonder what Wee buys next. Wonder if a moon shard is
I don't
kinda
mind
tempting.
Blink.
Blink, yeah. Doesn't feel like he's had big positioning issues. I guess it does let you find the catch more frequently.
Yeah, I would just replace the Aegis with Blink, I think. Get rid of the Nether Shawl.
Okay.
Like, I don't really think the damage is the issue. You just want that one key scythe to just... Because, like, if you scythe somebody, the only save they have is swap. And that's good and all, but, you know, they've been trying to swap these coils and everything instead.
You're right. They've already got more than enough damage. The later this goes on, the more it just becomes about finding that catch, making it a 4v5.
Other than that, he can pretty much take his pick of any other big item.
This NIGMA really don't have great sieging heroes. Ember and OD definitely don't come to mind when you talk about hitting structures.
Abba's pretty sick, though.
He is, yeah, but
Radiant's top
he
barracks
needs somebody to
under
back
attack.
him up.
Well, look at this guy.
Yeah?
Does he?
Well, I thought so.
Radiant's
He just
top
gets a ranged
barracks
barracks.
has fallen.
It's cute.
They out of creep waves now, though? I think they are.
Looks like it. Bottom's pushed out pretty far, and yeah, mid gonna be behind the river.
What?
Dire's
Sure, you're
bottom
confused.
tower
Oh,
is
now it's
under
coming.
attack.
Ember bottles
Dire's
up a double
structures are
damage.
fortified.
You know, that
Oh,
25
Weehaw.
talent. He is scary. Oh,
Guy's crazy.
Dire's bottom tower has
his
fallen.
team is kind of nearby. They're starting to rally.
Damage.
There is no puck right now. Armel does not have a TP. This is a 4v5 for the next 15 seconds until he makes it back to the base. There's the glyph.
Fortified.
Backdoor protection still hasn't kicked in. See how much damage they can get in onto this melee barracks. Miracle still with about a third duration left on that double damage, and there's the back door. Creeps very close, though, and it's already gone.
Oh, it's not the back door, my friend. It's the repair kit.
Oh, you're right.
Bam,
It was
bam,
the
bam.
repair kit.
They did pretty well there. Get another one on there. Repair.
They need more, though. They lose the barracks up top. A fight budding as Armel dies. No buyback available. NIGMA one step closer to finding a victory in Game 2, taking us to a decider for this best of 3.
Radiant's
Finish the
middle
Lincolns
tower
instead. I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know. That's
Dire's
bold.
structures are
I mean,
fallen.
this is rough. They're kind of just watching their structures fall. Puck is 1,400 gold short for the buyback. It's not a cooldown issue.
Rubik has the Aghanims, though, and he's still Astral, which is really nice. So Tim's has all of these Astral charges.
Too bad you can't astral your buildings. Melee
Got him. All
barracks.
right. The
Getting
Aghanims is
low.
gone. They're fighting.
Weehaw with a BKB. He'll live through the damage. March goes down. Buyback there, but the structures will not survive. Still 45 seconds on the puck.
They're just chilling. I said Aghanims. I meant the Aegis. They tried to capitalize on it, but he got the BKB off on Weehaw, so they tried to time the Aegis with the swap Requiem. Oh, man. Tim's gone.
He's still available as well. Tim's gets deleted. March gonna die back. They just can't find any kills. TNC are reasonably survivable, but they just don't have the damage anymore.
Has fallen.
And look at this, NIGMA not even gonna back up. They know that the Venge can't buy back, and at this point, if Puck had a buyback, he would have used it, so they're just gonna focus on this tier 3. Mind Control says, guys, I've got borrowed time, I've got cheese. We don't need to back up. I got a full reset here. And there's Tim's again. Down he goes. Die back on the Rubik, just one by one. TNC falling apart, busting at the seams as now Armel's back. But it's a 5v3. Even if he gets the coil of his life,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't think they've got it here, Trent.
No, pretty similar feeling game. I would say the last game was a little bit more explosive
For TNC, where they got like that one big team right in the mid that just like put them way ahead. I guess
Miracle.
maybe we shouldn't say it's completely over, but
Down pretty low. Gabby makes it back.
Well,
BKB
okay, yeah, it's
from
over.
Wee. See ya, Armel. And that's the GG call. 39-14. NIGMA take game number 2. And we're moving to a game 3 decider for this opening series.
Two fairly one-sided games here. This one maybe a little bit closer, or at least it lasted longer until it felt like it was completely out of reach for the side of TNC. But I think NIGMA just perfectly identified what their lineup is way better at than TNC's, and I'm not sure if TNC made the same identification because they just kept taking fights that did not look favorable in any way. You can see the win rate and probability was actually still favoring TNC right up to like 25 minutes or so, but just took a nosedive when they just kept missing out on those big coil plays. And to me, the MVP of this game is Mind Control. I feel like every single team fight was completely impossible because of where he positioned himself on ABBA.
I agree. You saw it in all these engagements. He absorbed. So let's take a look at damage received. I'm sort of just curious.
Oh, I mean, not much. Just like 78,000.
78K. Wow. That's the kind of number you want to see with your frontline tank. That is great. I'm going to go ahead and second that Mind Control MVP there. I mean, the early game was
perfect.
Was fine for TNC. It was like 25 minutes when things started to unravel. But they played the lane. They played the lanes well. They had good early rotations. Puck put on the pressure. They just couldn't close her out fast enough.
Yeah, they had very specific timings. They had to hit it like 18 minutes. I remember the one we were really talking about where they lost that big team fight after like they probably should have had the BKB almost done, but instead Shadowfiend dies twice in a row. They should have been doing Roche, but they mobility or his invisibility instead. Invisibility being the ultimate in that case, but. See, any wards can get scouted out this time? Doesn't look like it. Just very stable wards here. I think NIGMA have used the same ward on the dire side. All 3 games now. We move into. We haven't really talked about this, but this is the 3rd game in a row where the teams will both be on their respective sides here. NIGMA on the dire and TNC on the Radiant.
Oh,
kind of interesting.
You're right.
Yeah. Actually, didn't even check what they chose before. It looks like. Oh, I didn't get to see the little thingy. Now that it's built into the client, it'd be nice if it showed up in the on our screen.
Oh yeah, a little historical drop down, a little tab or something.
Yeah, so that's it.
That'd be sweet.
So this time, TNC making it well known that they're going to be playing these heroes up top. They're not hiding behind or anything. So March begins his initiation on the boundary, and GH is going to try and make the toss play while we have a fight in the river. GH unsuccessful on his toss attempt.
Goes to March indeed. Tim's getting chased down. He grabbed the one in the river also. But he'll live.
Forced to take the essence early as Slark. You can't really go for the pounce unless it's like super guaranteed.
Yeah.
But he'll just get 3 stacks to enjoy for a brief moment.
All right. Try on try up top. So it will be OD Huskar mid. Which means bottom lane, we will have Omni Knight starting up against a solo Drowned Ranger.
Yeah, we'll see how this gets shifted off. Of course, the same thing again. KP in the Radiant off lane, helped out by both supports right away, and it looks like they just try and burn a ton of HP every time. Then they kind of analyze the situation, say, okay, has anyone moved? Okay, well, then we'll just do it again, because they're going to wait for you to make the rotation out here. They're happy with this Drow versus Omni.
Yeah. And TNC also have the advantage in this 3v3 up here. Chen, okay in these tri-lane matchups, but probably not the dream. Veno, incredible, just with that poison over time, mitigate the regen. Very annoying hero in these early stages.
Yeah, again, it's just a direct counter to the Chen, that Divine Favor buff. So very helpful, and well, it will be the Radiant who blink first. Tims will make his way down here. Now, the hard camp has been blocked off here, so Tim's is going to peek out. Oh, it's blocked. Well, shoot. Now my whole rotation was pointless, and I need a sentry set down here right away, because now Mind Control is going to get 3 more waves guaranteed here by the looks of it. And that's why they're trying to double deny this back here, but that's not going to work.
Yep.
So now Tim's... Oh, man, that's a painful rotation. Now he just hasn't done anything.
So what's the play? He's going to taunt, get a
Yeah,
stack on the
a
small camp.
and then pull that next time. But that
Okay.
third wave, as we said, is now coming in here, and it's going to be in a good spot for mind control. Meanwhile, how has his absence impacted the top lane? Not too much. The wave is coming after Miracle here as March went and grabbed the wave. So in the 2v3, they're trying to not fight.
They do find the leash, though. Toss back onto KP. Venomancer in trouble.
Nice.
That's a strike for Miracle.
Yeah, Curl with the Purge Creep. Gets at him again for the double. Beautiful play there.
Ouch. Amazing for Miracle.
That is actually a really nice creep to have when they're trying to manipulate the creep wave like that. Being able to stop them from being able to commit to those shenanigans with the big slow.
And not only did Stark get those kills, but he is dominating CS right now. 15-5 compared to the 8-6 Drow Ranger on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they kind of missed their big payoff here of the big Veno pull with the Abba, right? Because both of them died while that whole creep wave gets pulled over here. So now things are just really awkward. And they dive in again. Just need that toss back. And the Purge creep, yeah, he's dead.
GH with the rotations. Easy pounce for the Slark. Leash is there. March on the run, but the slow's just overwhelming. It only takes level 2 creep. It's a 5-second duration purge.
They got issues. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, issues a little bit for Armel. Getting a bit spicy there. It's Weehaw. He's going in. Oh, yeah. I believe he's quite dead, sir. Ooh, tanked a little bit too much damage there, but easy
GH
grab.
Gets in to make it an easy kill. Nice movements.
Big
Big
a 4-0
time
start.
bummer, though, for TNC. This is brutal. Huskar, not the hero that wants to be dying at 4 minutes by any stretch of the imagination. Drow off to a little bit of a slow start. And this off lane, not great for TNC. So this is, I don't want to say 3 lanes lost, but certainly ain't 3 lanes
I
won.
would say bottom's okay. Like,
Yeah.
the Omni's forced to pull. He's being harassed by the Venge. He actually just had to give his regen over to GH. And GH is also sitting under that same ward that spotted him when he was playing on the Earthshaker, too. So this ward's been really good for shutting down the way that GH likes to play and pressuring this mid lane.
And it'll get better for the Drow as she levels up. More damage, easier to last hit, and just a little bit less.
Oh, another
Dainty.
leash up top.
KP. Yeah, they're going to dive this and find another easy one. That Satyr Banisher is the hero. GH now with the toss.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Gets March out of there.
Where did Miracle's courier die?
I'm not sure.
Must have been a couple plague wards. Yeah, there were 2 plague wards right in the way.
Okay.
That's rough.
I'll take that.
They're going to get at least 2 bounties top, I think. Oh, no, March is cutting through.
Oh, stun. Deny?
The deny.
Very nice. Still only a level 2 Abba. There's the shield. Toss to the creep. Trying to get the body blocks. March running into no man's land.
It's probably out of mana, yeah. That is one thing about the Banisher that got nerfed a while back. You don't have that many casts of the spell anymore, but
I mean,
Kuro
it used
made
to
the
be
most of it.
basically unlimited, so
Yeah. It was a little broken.
I think we're in a much better spot with it. You can send them back to the well, though, right? It's probably not worth it, but you could in theory.
Yeah, theoretically.
More likely to find another one, I
Run him
guess.
home.
Go, little guy. That whole time, Mind Control did a nice pull all the way back to his tier 3. So he's gotten level 4. Not really stopping the Drow from farming, but still being a little bit disruptive, making sure he gets something. So playing it as well as he can.
Miracle forced to TP home there. But it's a Chen, so of course that's completely fine. And back he comes.
Toss, double damage on Weehaw this time. Trying to body block March. There's the Aphotic Shield. Miss.
Man, that's going to be a 5th assist for GH.
Dire's top tower is under
He is
attack.
making life so good for his teammates right now. Part of 5 of the 6 kills, and he's not going anywhere. He's just going to run at our melt.
Tim's.
The Avalanche is back.
There was the second courier there. Double damage rune. Still has a decent duration. Scary to trade with, and Armel gets burned. Nice Sanity's Eclipse. Weehaw ends up with a double kill Oh, no. 7-0. The gold lead isn't that big, but NIGMA are in control here, Trent.
Yeah, they're having a good one here. That was a 938 damage very quickly. Onto that Huskar from the OD. 7-0. I mean, the net worth is still even, so nothing too crazy. I'm going to assume that the XP is quite different. If I pop that open, though, and indeed it is. It's about a 1K lead.
Mind control getting chased down. Moves into the trees. Tim's just can't quite get there in time. Close call, though.
This is going to be kind of similar to Game 1, where TNC really want that good fight around like 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be sort of their peak timing, trying to fight before the Diffusal Blade on the Slark, before the Agnum Scepter on the OD comes out, and these heroes, like, you've already got the double Wraith Band for Gabby now. He wants a couple neutral items. Huskar gets a Poor Man's Shield. That's a great one to get. Is he stopping at 2 bracers? He is. Only going to go for the 2 bracers.
Yeah, once the armlet.
Bit of a rougher start. I mean, 3 bracers can be a bit of a tough commitment with in case you get like really good neutral items.
Yeah. And I think the armlet just enables this hero so much. I have trouble arguing against trying to prioritize it.
And Kuro is a loyal guy, you see. He still has that Banisher. That dude, I'll just wait. You just regen. Oh, you see what he's done here too? He's softening up his mud golem.
Oh, he's got the Harpy now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I want to see the Kuro big brain play where he like weakens the golem and then denies it after casting the spell.
Ah, I see.
That's huge.
Tier 1
That's the
down
5 head.
bottom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Finished off by Gabby. No deny attempt. You know, speaking of Chen creeps that have gotten the mana nerf, the Harpy, 50 mana on Chain Lightning. She's got 150. Didn't she used to have like 400 mana?
It was something insane. You could actually cast it like 11 times or something.
Yeah,
I think
I
when
remember
I first started playing.
watching Chen's get this creep and just shove it in the mid lane.
Yep.
And I don't know what you do. 3
You
seems
lost.
reasonable.
It was amazing it wasn't done more, frankly. It was definitely broken.
Yeah.
There was some code of honor that just stopped people from doing it, I guess. The only explanation I have.
I don't know. It was pretty cheesy. It had a pretty long cast range too, so if it was a melee hero, you just couldn't really kill the Harpy. Brutal.
Well, that net worth, it has flipped over. Kills mean nothing. In Dota 2, it seems. Now, mind you, XP is that big factor. Now it's a 2K XP lead. And I know my good friend Dota Plus is a big fan of XP leads versus gold leads.
Not today.
Not today. I believe it has TNC favorite still right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, by 2%. Well, 4%, I suppose.
Oh, this
NA
could
math,
be
you
the
know.
XP recovery. Nope. Kuro comes in. Repel, he'll grab that outpost, and of course down
Dire's
bottom.
tower is under
Radiant have
attack.
already secured.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Even spread.
I'm concerned for the TNC Veno whenever it's not like top 3 net worth.
Yeah.
And like he's 5th, and that's not terrible, but he's a long 5th. He's like 700 gold behind Weehaw, and this guy needs to be like really rich because now he can't play KP Veno style. He has to play I need a 4-staff in this game Veno. Like it's not the boots of travel. Now, to be fair, I guess like the Plague Wards are more important this game in the actual team fights. It's not really like a big split push game for him here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any points in the Gale yet. He's just like focused on being active and engaged in the team fights to try and capitalize on the fact that they have this early game value of a Huskar and a Drow. So maybe he'll go like 4-staff Greaves because of that.
Damage on the mind control down bottom. Level 6 still has a purification. Should be okay.
Oh, narrowly.
That multi-shot there. Whew. Yeah, this build on Veno is also really good for farming. I think that's part of where this gold difference is coming from, is that he's able to sit in the jungle and farm reasonably quickly. And even though Omni Knight's hanging around,
Omni's the lowest on his team.
he's got nothing. You know, he's not really playing a 3 right now. Gabby, though, going to get caught near the outpost. Should have plenty of damage, and it's a dead Drow. Does
Oh,
get
he
the
did
counter
get
kill on
the-
the mind control, though.
The death throws there. I think MC still got the... Oh, no, he didn't get anything. I don't have the fight recap yet. Let's see. Did he get XP?
Nope. Not according to the recap.
I don't think it's popped yet, though. That's for the other kill.
Oh.
On the ABBA, I think.
Yeah, I guess
whatever.
you're right.
So, again, ABBA was forced to, like, sit mid. So March is just trying to, like, protect Armel and help him get some farm versus the OD. But he's just free food to the OD whenever Weehaw feels like it. Looks like he dropped another sanities on him.
Yeah, Keen Optic is legit. I feel like every time I see that item drop, my eyes just light up a little and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, a DD rune, we'll say. Well, we'll take this a little early. I mean, it's not that bad. They already have the armlet, so it's definitely possible. There's no points in the curse, though. This might be one of those games where you'd be like, oh, that value point would have been pretty handy, dude.
They're going to get away with this, though. NIGMA either seem unaware or not too concerned. There you go.
I mean, they did just Sanity's March in the mid lane, so their ability to fight into that is going to be pretty weak. And it's actually not going to get a Force Staff there. KP, in unusual fashion, finishes the medallion after killing Roche. But just identifying that he can help protect his teammates from the Slark by using that medallion. And now he wants a Solar Crest after that, too, to just buff up his Huskar and his Drow.
Okay.
I wonder why he didn't get Force Staff. Is someone else getting Force Staff in time for the Slark, or are we just going to fight it?
Drow's going for the Hurricane Pike. And I think that's it for now. Home of the Dominator queued up for Venge. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe their thought process is that even if we get pounced, we're still just going to be fighting anyway, so I don't need to free you, but... I don't know, pretty rough. Then again, you know, Huskar notoriously acceptable for the physical, I suppose. Not that he really goes that way anymore. He's only got 38% magic resistance. The triple bracer makes him feel a little bit more like old Huskar.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Love Halberd, though.
Dire's top tower is under
Just a
attack.
feel-good item, especially when you can grab it early on an armlet hero.
Dude, Sanj is insane. Like, Sanj is just crazy. That item feels so good on any strength core right now.
It's so easy to build. I completely agree.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Gabby
under attack.
is being scouted out here by GH. It looks like Gabby knows. Yeah, he's gonna ping it. They got a ward here for sure. Good call from Gabby. Meanwhile, Miracle looking for farm in the back lines here, cutting waves, scouting the fact that KP's behind that tower,
Radiant's middle tower is
and
under
he's
attack.
gonna start pulling away here. The problem will be what can TNC get done with its Aegis, because I don't think NIGMA have any real reason to fight them.
Diffusal Blade on Slark, I think, is coming out. So,
Yeah.
little item peak there. But, yeah, not a huge incentive. You're certainly
Well,
right.
how do you die Veno, right? They're just gonna do a toss. Oh no, they're not.
You're going to try
they haste
Avalanche, toss onto Miracle. Easy.
Dude, that was sick.
Nice
I did not
TP.
see the haste rune. Dude, that was hype. So I'll hasten, I'll toss him out, and I'm just gonna instantly TP. Because I know that I'm gonna take a bunch of damage and they're gonna rotate someone in.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
It was a layup. And Miracle says, hey, let's just go for some stats. I want the Scotty. Give me an eye, baby.
In that time period, what did they get though? They got the top tower taken down, it looks like.
My thrift rewarded.
Mid and top. Now dead for NIGMA. Shovel on
Radiant's
GH now.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about TNC right now. This feels like it's going to be very precise to win this game. They need some real good team fights coming out now. And with
Banging
that
him scepter.
Sanj...
And a clumsy net.
Radiant's
Dude,
bottom
get the
tower
hell
is
out
under
of here.
attack.
Oh, and Essence Ring? Okay, Essence Ring went from, like, bad item to, like, kind of busted item.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, OD is in a pretty good spot right now. I'm not going to lie. I would be a little scared if I were TNC.
Radiant
you should
are
be.
scanning.
Yeah, pass the net over to GH. They've gotten some great neutral items.
Now, I just want to point out that Huskar has 1/3 the mana of an OD with 2 points insanity. So just keep that in mind during the next
Radiant's
team
middle
fight.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sanj is up.
Is he? I mean, he has the Aegis. They might not want to drop it. Oh, he's stacking that int though.
My thanks.
Things
Radiant's
slowly
middle
moving.
tower is under
TNC
attack.
really want to pick a fight, but they're being very cautious about how they go about it. Good positioning
Man.
from NIGMA as well, not really giving them an opening. And NIGMA are not overreacting. They've got 2 heroes out in the lanes just continuing to pressure.
Radiant's middle tower has
They don't have
fallen down.
any catch, though, as you can see. Like, this is why Disruptor feels kind of good in these lineups. Like, if they could have gotten a swap or something, like, some of these heroes were just playing so close, but they have no way to punish that.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Okay,
tower
so that's a lot of green diamonds up top there for NIGMA. The ultimates are there. Oh, this is scary. How much time's left on this Aegis? There's only 20 seconds left. This is a very scary time to fight.
Miracle. He's going to go on the front lines. Of course,
Oh,
has
you
that
know NIGMA's
ultimate.
timing this, dude. 10 seconds left on that Aegis. Weehaw's gonna dump it on him.
Heavenly
6
Grace.
seconds.
Working
Oh, dude,
wonders.
screwed.
Miracle needs to be a little careful. There's the ultimate.
Get him, Weehaw, go! Oh, here it comes. There it goes. Someone force staff me. Oh, they don't have any catch on the side of NIGMA.
All right, there's the reset for Huskar. And TNC might just back out. Without the Aegis, I don't think they're nearly as confident. And there's the retreat.
I'm really glad they didn't try and force that. Because if you end up losing that Aegis on that high ground, then you are just going to get Sanities and absolutely
Dire's top
blown up.
tower is
Yep.
under attack.
And now he has the Halberd, too, so another big improvement for the hero.
Certainly great against the OD. As you mentioned, the Ags with the Astrals mitigates it a little bit, but
Oh, they got the Fangs on Huskar, though. That's a nice item.
yeah, it's great.
And KP, I noticed that he was saving his gold, and he didn't, even though he bought the Crest recipe, he recognized that he needed Boots of Travel for bottom lane. So he stopped finishing it out on the Ultimate Orb and went back for the bots. Very annoying because of, like, the sunk cost fallacy going on, but I'm glad he didn't fall victim to it, because he recognized that I don't need Solar Crest right now. I really need Boots of Travel.
Here comes Miracle, though. Double damage rune. This is scary. Right in onto the Huskar. It's the Heavenly Grace. There's the setup.
Oh, he's just getting isolated right now.
They're going to break this fight up as the Slark jumps in onto the back line. Swap from the Venge, the GA, but KP goes down. They've lost 2 on the side of TNC, and Miracle is not done yet. He jumps in onto Armel. Another Astral. Armel just cannot stack up the damage. Does get off
They
an
can't even
ultimate.
fight them, dude.
They can't do anything. It's going to be a clean sweep. A 5-0. NIGMA completely roll over TNC. The OD Aghanims in full force here, bud.
With the Centaur boys, man. Just tab stun. Tab stun. Easy setups from the Astral. That was clinical. All right.
Dude, I feel like that's a
NIGMA,
team
dude.
fight that I wish we could go back and watch in like half speed just to see the continual disruption. Like, I want to watch that from Armel's perspective. I don't think he did anything.
No, it was very depressing. He
Well,
I mean,
he still
got
did
Astral.
5k damage, but
Yeah. Yeah, that was a super sad fight. I mean, Drow did 400 damage that team fight. The Abba did more damage by putting shields
now-
on people dying.
a battle at the outpost. It's Miracle again in the front lines. This time OD uses the ultimate. 2 more heroes evaporate from the battlefield. They grab one more. Now Drow Ranger gets run down. This could be a quick game 3. 19-1 at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now, NIGMA talked about this a lot in their interviews with the Miner, where they said they felt like they had a really good read on their enemy team's timings in a lot of these games, and that's why the PL was working out so well for them, is that they never panicked, and they always recognized what their timings were and when they were going to win the game, and just don't freak out. And that's what they did again. They didn't take any bad fights when they were in a slightly compromised position. Like, this wasn't like an out-of-control Huskar Drow game, but they still had the ability to 5-man and start moving through lanes, and NIGMA did not try and contest that. They just said, we know that once we have this Aghanims, the game's going to be really easy. Once Miracle's a couple items, piece of cake, and now he's going to be super beefy with a full
Yeah.
Scotty. Nearly complete here, just 500 gold away.
Yeah. The Aghanims on OD definitely was a game changer. NIGMA definitely played that really well. They were also smart enough to wait for a double damage rune to spawn before initiating, and that certainly made it a lot easier. I mean, Miracle was just jumping in the front line, doing big damage. There was no stopping that Slark.
Well, Crow really enjoyed that last team fight, and he said, you know what would be better than 2 Centaurs? I think I'm just going to get 4 Centaurs. So, Weehaw, you just Astral them, and I'll just chain stun them for 8 seconds after. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
That sounds a little busted.
Yeah, I think he pulled the calculator out on that Harpy. It was just like, yeah, you did some stuff earlier on, but we've got bigger plans in store. We need to demoralize TNC with this victory. A win is not enough.
Will TNC get another kill? I kind of think they won't. I don't know if they have the burst damage to do it.
Yeah, I think against Chen and Omni Knight, who are they going to kill?
I really don't think they're going to. They might pick off GH. That's the only thing I can see.
I could see GH making an aggressive play and sort of sacrificing himself to set up a good team fight or something like that. But
The only problem is he can just TP unless there's Avenge swapping or stunning.
Yeah. He also has a Yules now, so he can afford to be pretty aggressive. They are going to jump in onto Armel. Toss out again. GH has been on point this game. Huskar doing everything he can as he makes it back up to the high ground. Miracle, not a fear in the world, gets the Heavenly Grace, jumps in. Now, Venno did get off an ultimate, and that will, I don't want to say scare them, but remind NIGMA that, yes, indeed, there is a Tier 2 tower here, so we are diving into an immune Tier 3 as they find Armel again. Huskar sustaining until Weehaw starts laying in the right clicks. Now OD needs to be a little bit careful. March, no borrowed time. Oh my, that's a Sanities, that's a dead KP, and it's a dead Gabby. GG, not another death on the side of NIGMA, 25-1, a clinical finish for Game 3. NIGMA is here, and they are hungry for a win.
Man, they just like wrote down some timing, some items, and said, "All right, until that, we're just not going to engage them." And that was definitely the play. Miracle did a great job of just dodging and avoiding all the fights and engagements until it was clear that his team was just going to be completely